A dog rejected by everyone at the shelter, always overlooked, always left behind. While the others found homes, he stayed there alone. But something was off, something no one noticed. The staff thought it was fear, but the truth was something else. Something mysterious. Something that left everyone at the shelter speechless. Then one day, a volunteer decided to take a closer look, and what she discovered changed everything. What was this dog, rejected by all at the shelter, hiding? What was the secret no one had seen? Stay until the end and find out the truth behind this incredible story. Max wasn't the kind of dog that caught your eye right away. He didn't jump against the kennel bars when someone walked by, didn't bark for attention, didn't wag his tail in excitement. While the other dogs ran back and forth, competing for glances and affection, Max just stayed there, curled up in the corner, his eyes downcast, as if he already knew what was coming. He didn't expect anything anymore, and maybe that's why no one ever expected anything from him. The shelter wasn't the worst place in the world, but it wasn't a home either. The staff did what they could to give the rescued dogs comfort and care, but there were always more mouths to feed than hands to pet them. Every day, new people walked through those doors looking for a loyal companion, and every day, Max was ignored. There was something about him that pushed visitors away, something invisible but powerful. Kids ran excitedly through the aisles, pointing at playful puppies. Adults leaned in to read the ID tags, searching for the perfect fit for their lives. But no one stopped for Max. He was a ghost in his own existence. We'd love reading your comments to see how far our stories reach. Tell us, where are you watching from? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more heartwarming animal stories. The staff started noticing a pattern. Every time someone approached his kennel, Max would lower his head and go completely still. He didn't move forward, didn't beg for attention, didn't make a sound. It was like he was trying to disappear. At first, they thought it was fear. Many of the dogs that arrived at the shelter had lived through terrible trauma. Some were abandoned, others had suffered mistreatment. But whatever had happened to Max, he didn't shake. He didn't lash out. He just withdrew into silence, accepting rejection before it even happened. Days turned into months, months into years. Max became one of those dogs that every staff member knew by name, but no one truly believed would ever leave. There was something heartbreaking about the way he moved in his small enclosure, like every step was just a repetition of an endless cycle. Over time, his presence became part of the background, something people accepted without questioning, until one day, someone decided to ask why. Mr. Robert, a longtime volunteer, started paying closer attention to Max. He had worked with many difficult dogs before, but Max intrigued him. Unlike the other rejected dogs, Max never tried to approach people, but he didn't seem scared either. He was just disconnected. Robert decided to test something. He picked up a rubber ball and tossed it into the kennel, waiting for a reaction. Max simply looked at it and didn't move. Then Robert called his name. Nothing. He whistled. Nothing. He clapped his hands. Nothing. It didn't make sense. Even the most traumatized dogs reacted to sound in some way, flinching, blinking, something. But Max didn't react at all. It was as if he hadn't heard anything, and in that moment, Robert had a suspicion, a detail that had gone unnoticed for years. If Max wasn't ignoring people out of fear or disinterest, then maybe the issue was something else, something invisible to the eye, but completely changing the way he experienced the world. A theory started forming in Robert's mind. If he was right, then Max wasn't indifferent. He was something no one had ever imagined. And that discovery would change his life forever. If you walked into a shelter and saw Max curled up in the corner, what would you do? Max wasn't just a rejected dog. He was a quiet reflection of so many people who go unnoticed every single day. The coworker who puts in the effort but never gets acknowledged. The woman who sits alone at a cafe while laughter fills the air around her. The old man who walks the same route every morning, hoping for a simple good morning that never comes. The truth is, at some point in life, we've all felt invisible. Like no matter how hard we try, no one truly sees us for who we are or what we have to offer. And that feeling can be crushing. That moment when you realize you weren't invited, that your messages go unanswered, that your hard work is overlooked yet again. Just like Max, who curled up in the back of his kennel, we learn to hide, to expect less, to accept that maybe we'll never be chosen. But what if someone finally looked beyond the surface? What if, in the middle of the crowd, there was someone who could truly see what makes us special? That teacher who notices the quiet student's talent and encourages them to keep going. The friend who sees the dimmed light in your eyes and sincerely asks if you're okay. The stranger who smiles at you on the street for no reason at all, just because a simple gesture can turn someone's day around. Max just needed one person to truly see him. Just like us, sometimes all we need is for someone to look past appearances and understand that there's so much more behind the silence, the downcast gaze, the seeming indifference. Because deep down, no one wants to be invisible. Everyone wants to be noticed, loved, and feel like they belong somewhere. And maybe, just maybe, we're the ones who can make a difference in someone's life today. Do you believe animals feel rejection and sadness just like we do? Share your thoughts in the comments. The new volunteer, Emily, was different from the other visitors. She wasn't in a hurry. She wasn't just there to pick a dog quickly and leave. Her sharp eyes caught details others overlooked. Sitting by Max's kennel, she noticed something unusual. He didn't react like the other dogs. He wasn't startled by the loud barking around him. He didn't lift his head when someone called his name, and he didn't even flinch when people clapped their hands. She decided to test her suspicion. Instead of calling him like everyone else, she simply held a small treat in front of his eyes. Max hesitated, glanced at the treat, then at Emily, and finally, slowly got up. She moved her hand gently to the side and watched closely. Max followed the motion with his eyes. Then she clapped her hands loudly. No reaction. Emily knew Max wasn't indifferent. He was deaf. It was a shock to everyone at the shelter. For years, this dog had been rejected simply because no one had realized his condition. He wasn't ignoring people out of disinterest. He lived in a silent world where nothing humans did to get his attention worked. But instead of giving up on him like so many others had, Emily took action. She started using signals, simple hand gestures combined with friendly facial expressions. She gently tapped his shoulder when she wanted him to look at her. And for the first time since arriving at the shelter, Max wagged his tail. The transformation was fast and heartwarming. Max, who had once seemed distant and detached, began showing curiosity and excitement. He understood when Emily gestured for him to sit or lie down and responded eagerly. His confidence grew each day. For the first time, he didn't feel lost in the shelter's chaos. For the first time, someone was speaking to him in a language he could understand. And just like that, Max's life started to change forever. If you found out a dog wasn't responding because they might be deaf, would you consider adopting them? Max's story touched the hearts of thousands. Shared across social media, it reached a family that already had experience with a deaf dog. They instantly understood the struggles Max had faced and, more importantly, knew exactly how to give him the life he had always deserved. When Max arrived at his new home, something magical happened. For the first time, he didn't feel lost or left out. He had finally found not just a home, but a place where he truly belonged. Now, he runs freely in the yard, plays with his new friend, and receives love every single day, never afraid of being ignored again. This story reminds us of something important. Sometimes what someone needs isn't pity, it's understanding. Max wasn't a difficult or unlovable dog. He just needed someone to truly see him. And just like him, how many people around us are waiting to be understood? Maybe a simple act of kindness can change a life. And what about you? Have you ever given a second chance to someone who needed it? Share your story in the comments. And if you don't want to miss more inspiring stories like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. An incredible story is waiting for you. Click on the screen now and don't miss this unforgettable journey. See you soon.